I hope y'all caught everything that he's stating. Now, he spoke about the Aboriginals getting land and getting territory and sovereignty back. But there was a distinction that the president of Mexico made for Afro-Indigenous. And notice he said the word citizenship in with Afro-Indigenous. That word citizen or citizenship is dangerous, which you will see in a couple more videos. But he went further and stated that instead said, and understand, this was something added to their constitution, that they were on the land hundreds of years before the Spanish even got there. So that means the land belongs to them. That distinction was not put in there for the Aboriginals. It was only a distinction put in there for the Afro-Aboriginals, along with citizenship. And understand, the citizenship will be something placed on them to place them under jurisdiction. And like I said, that book I was showing y'all is all in there explaining a lot of that. Okay, and he also said something about indigenous status. Indigenous status is important. Why? Because the word status is where the word state comes from. Because status means position or jurisdiction. So keep that in mind. And also, I got a couple, man, I got some, it's about to get real deep, y'all. It's about to get real deep. I hope y'all locked in. But I got a hell of a twist for you. I just hope you're ready for it. Let me move on to the next video.
Treaties are with the crown. 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 And it has been a long time, since 1977, since a sovereign read the speech from the throne to open a sitting of Parliament. Would not have been done at that time. I have not read that speech. I have seen the highlights of it. I would bet good money.
I know I showed that to y'all earlier, but I got to remind you and let you see how what's going on in this hemisphere that has not happened here yet. Now let's slide on this one.
Are getting their land. The indigenous people of Mexico are getting their land back, infrastructure, and money on a monthly basis. La Presidenta de Mexico just created a commission to protect the rights of indigenous and Afro-Mexican communities. This commission's role is to promote dialogue and policy and actions that directly benefit these communities, particularly in southern Mexico, where both of these communities are more concentrated. Her administration will emphasize the protection of indigenous lands, culture, and rights to environmental sustainability. This aims to provide cultural preservation with economic development, ensuring that indigenous people can maintain autonomy over their territories while engaging in environmentally responsible economic activities. This includes access to education and healthcare in underserved indigenous communities. She has also advocated for more explicit protections for Afro-Mexicans in Mexico. This includes policies aimed at addressing systemic racism, historical exclusion, as well as ensuring that Afro-Mexican communities have access to resources and social services. This modified article of the Mexican Constitution has now been released in more than 60 indigenous languages. What has Trump proposed for the indigenous people of America? What has Trump proposed for the indigenous people of America? What has Trump proposed for the indigenous people of America? And I don't want to hear any of you mofos coming over here telling me that women are not ready to be in power, because she is just proof of how women can lead with integrity, compassion, and the fortitude of 1,000 men void of violence, inequality, and injustice. Viva la Presidenta de México. A huevo y a quien.
Now you heard that. Mexican constitutional changes. Constitutional changes. Could we be headed for some possible constitutional changes? Hey, I might be in silly season when I said that right there. But dig, something coming. And then she doubled down on the Afro part, and that's what she said, constitutional changes in the Mexican Constitution. Okay? And then she called out Trump. You seen me run that back for you 3 times so you could hear it. Keep that in your mind as we continue to rock, because at the end of the day, I think that's what birthright citizenship is all about. But you don't hear me though. Let me go ahead and hit on this comment right here. Thomas, what you got? Another question is, why are they giving these people their land back? I mean, Thomas, you know why they giving these people their land back. They giving it to them because they never ceded it. They stole it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we just keeping it
treaties.
We just keeping it gangster here, and I'm gonna hit y'all on this again. I'm not trying to sell y'all nothing. I'm just putting you on game right here. My book is right over here on Amazon, audio book, the whole nine. It got all that information in there with how they started and how they built the whole thing out. It's all in there. Through slavery, the whole nine. It's all in there. And the British Empire is in there big time, going from the Magna Carta. Magna Carta, as I said on this channel so many times, means Magna, great, Charta means charter. You look up charter in the dictionary, it's going to tell you corporation. And off that corporation, you ended up with your judicial system. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to read y'all something right here. I was going to read this at the end, but I'm going to read y'all something real quick. This comes from Capitalism and Slavery, Eric Williams' book. I'm going to read y'all this. Pay attention to this, what I'm about to read y'all. This is going to blow your mind. Right here. In the words of Professor Phillips, the plantation system was less dependent upon slavery than slavery was upon it. Dig. The plantation system formed, so to speak, the industrial and social fabric of government, while slavery was a code of written law enacted for that purpose. So what is that saying? What it's saying is slavery and the slave code laws for industrial and social fabric of the government was the foundation of all these laws. And this would become the future template of how labor, social structure would be formed in this country. I'm about to play this right here.
Question.
Since you're not a federally recognized tribe, why should Ohioans care what you are saying today?
Well, we never relinquish our rights or our claim to this land. And as Aboriginal people of this land, and the United States as part of the United Nations, we're under the jurisdiction of the United Nations and the rights of indigenous people, and that drafted declaration was passed in September of 2007. Well, we have 139 in various states, but you have to remember, our mounds are all over North America, from coast to coast.
So are you telling us that there's a dispute here about whether an Indian casino might move in? You're saying it's just a coincidence that you are seeking to be a federally recognized Indian tribe and that you're getting involved in this. You're really not getting involved in this at all because your tribe wants to have a casino here. It has nothing to do with it.
Correct, except for one portion. You said seeking. We are not seeking federal recognition. We don't need federal recognition. In fact, we don't. If we wanted to do a casino in Ohio, we wouldn't need federal recognition to be able to do it. There was a precedent that was set in the beginning before the founding of America by the British, as to who really has the power to do that.
Okay, now you heard that. I had him say by the British 3 times.
Mm-hmm.
He asked, he say, so you want this, that, and other? He said, well, no, one correction. We don't need to ask the federal government for anything. We don't need to be recognized by the federal government. The guy tried to push back. He said, well, hold on. There's legal precedent set up by the British. Remember the statement. All treaties are held by the crown. Treaties. It's going to blow. When I hit you with this, it's going to blow your mind. Hold on. All treaties are held by the crown. You heard him referring to a foundation of law that was established before America. Who was here then? The British. The British had 13 colonies. No, 13 charters. Dig now. Like I said, that's all in the book that I showed y'all. Okay, now bam. We're going to slide on the next one.